Hi, this is John Gleason, Genesee County Clerk, with another update regarding Genesee County business. Anyways, today I have one of my all-time favorite Flint citizens. I just love this lady, Sharon Allen. She's very involved in Faith in Action, Michigan. Great community organizer. If something is going on in Flint, Michigan or Genesee County, Sister Allen's right at the top of the list pitching in. So I want to welcome you to the show today. Thank you for
John.
being here.
Thank you.
How do you thank somebody that spent their whole adult life helping other people?
It's very hard, but we must do it.
Yeah, I can't tell you how much I just love you, your enthusiasm,
Thank you.
engagement. If there's an issue, Miss Allen is at the top of the list
We
for
can
helping.
go to see where solving the problem can be.
And that's what we're here for today,
Yes.
to talk about solving a big issue. Flint has had a very difficult concern over the water. We had some issues over the crime situation, homelessness, health care. We have an array of issues. Like they said a few years ago, fix the darn roads. And you're going to tell our viewers today about how they can help. One of the easiest jobs that we ever had to help a crisis was to stay home.
That's right.
And now you're going to tell them the second easiest way to help our community as well, and that's the 2020 census. So
That's right.
that's what you're leading here in Flint, Michigan. Let us know what's going on there, will you please?
I sure will, John. Thank you again. The deadline for the census this year is October 31st. The deadline has been extended due to the pandemic. But we want people to fill their census out anyway. The people who you need to count in your census are newborns, all the way to your grandparents, great-great-grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever lived in your home on April 1st. That's who you need to list on your census survey. You can either use your Android phone and go to 2020census.gov. You can call, the phone number is 1-844-330-2020, or visit www.2020census.gov. They did send out invitations this year, but you do not need that invitation to complete your census. You just need your address. The census information that they collect is totally confidential. It cannot be used with Department of Human Services. It cannot be used with law enforcement. It is not a subject of your stimulus check that you will be receiving if you have not done so already. So the information that they collect is totally confidential and is not released for 72 years. So 72 years from now, 2092, the census information we collect this year will be released in 2092. It assists people in their ancestries, etc. Now, the benefits that comes to our community is that for each person over the next 10 years, for each person, the community receives $18,000. $18,000. And all those funds go to grocery stores, roads, schools, health clinics, the things that we need in our community. So if there are a lot of people living in this section of the city and there's no grocery store, that may be somewhere where we may need to open a grocery store to serve that community. It also helps with our House of Representatives. If we count a lot of people, we will maintain our number of representatives presently. If we count less amount of people, we will lose our House representative or a senator, U.S. senator. So it's important. It only takes 10 minutes, 10 questions. Your name, your age, your race, your address, your phone number. That's about it. Really easy. 10 minutes, 10 questions. Please complete your 2020 census. Thank you.
Now, each person is worth $1,800 a year. Over
Yes.
10 years, $18,000.
Yes.
When we are doing the census work, when somebody knocks on your door, and you touched on it, but I want to reemphasize this. When somebody knocks on your door from the census, there's no concern that it's law enforcement. None. This is just critical because if you have older people, middle-aged people, or younger people, it really determines what kind of public money is going to be spent in your community. They will take a lot of the census data and say, okay, we need to be prepared for the middle school receiving more students. This road that used to be populated is no longer populated. We can transfer money for water and sewer and roads, other infrastructure, that we can transfer that money over to that infrastructure from the older neighborhood that has been somewhat abandoned. In your mind, what is the most critical part of a census? What do you think? When you list a whole array of benefits if we do the job.
I think the hard to count community, that's where we need to concentrate on, because it's those people who fall through the cracks and become marginalized, where they fall in the margins and they become invisible. And we don't want that. We want to be able to see people and to count people and to be able to grab those funds that come to our community so that we can benefit from it.
How about hospitals, healthcare?
That as well. Monies go to the healthcare system.
Right.
And if in an area where there's a lot of people, a population of people, and there's no health clinic there, they can spend some of those funds for a healthcare clinic in that community.
Do you, is there any interaction with the community development block grant money? Are you familiar with that? It's HUD. There's got to be housing money with population as well, isn't there?
I'm not
You
sure,
must be
John.
able to secure some federal grants based on population.
We should be able to.
I filled mine out.
You did.
I filled mine out. Yeah, the day I got mine, I sat down because I was shut down, homebound anyways.
And you did it.
I filled mine out. Believe me, folks, it literally only takes about 3 minutes.
It's
about
just
3
that
minutes.
Easy. It's easy.
And just think, when have you ever had a job in your life when you can sit down for 3 minutes, fill out 10 questions, and get $1,800? Because in the end, you get that $1,800. It could be based on roads, healthcare, like you said, your school for your kids or grandkids. The money actually is coming back to your quality of life. This is an issue, I want to just touch on this briefly because you mentioned about losing a congressperson. Michigan could lose another congressperson. And my concern, we are the Great Lakes state. And Southwest America has had long-standing droughts. They've had tremendous wildfires out there destroying land. When the southwestern states look at Michigan and they see the Great Lakes and they can possibly see an 8 or 10 foot tunnel diverting money down to the southwest states, and the only way you fight that is with your congressional delegation and your senators. And if we lose another one because the folks didn't fill out the census, we could literally be compromising the future of the Great Lakes, because no government is going to allow people to die of thirst. They're not going to lose the agricultural business. They're not going to lose recreational opportunity. But if you get on the internet today and you get that satellite shot where you see the rivers, the lakes, the ponds in southwest United States dried up. So one of the major reasons I filled out my census, I want that congressman in Washington, D.C. fighting for things that I want to be fought for. education. Don't worry. If you lose that congressperson, you're fighting an uphill battle.
You
We've
certainly
lost
are.
a doggone, I think we've lost a congressman ever since 1990, that we lose them because population growth in other states. Ours is maintaining about the same population. Very close, isn't it? What you hear?
It is about 10
But the
million
others-
now.
The other states are growing, and we're kind of stagnant in our population.
We're losing people. They're going south.
Yes. What's the most frequent concern when you say fill this census out? What's the number one answer for not?
I don't have time, but it's really that, and you have to be careful. It's really that they can't read or comprehend.
Yeah.
And so you have to recognize that, and you have to, it'll take me just a second to do that for you. Here, your name's already filled out, but we're not really allowed to help them with the census. So we have the computers that will be going around, Census on Wheels, will be going around from place to place, location to location, and event to event. And we'll set up computers, and people can come and use our Chromebooks like that. Like I said, the telephone is very easy to fill it out. And it all depends on how many people are in your home. That's the amount of time it would take you to fill it out, because every person takes a minute or two longer.
Yeah, mine was about 3 minutes. That's total. We have 2 kids, 4 of us under the same roof. Another question that people would ask about the census. Are there any jobs? Can I work for the census?
Yes. The U.S. Census is hiring. They are actually looking for people in certain zip codes. They want to hire people who are familiar with that area so that they can relate better to the people in that neighborhood. So yes, John, they are still hiring.
And how do they do that? Do they get online, the same contact numbers?
Go online. You can use the same contact numbers and the same website for sure, but you fill it all out online.
Easy to do.
Easy, very easy.
What qualifications are they looking for?
I think they just need a high school diploma.
Well, we got plenty of those looking for work. Now, we're getting near the end of this discussion today. You're shut down now. During this crisis.
We are.
What are you doing for the census now that during this governmental shutdown?
What we've done so far is we've called, there's a small team of 5 of us, and we've all went through our phones at least a dozen times, asking our contacts if they've completed their census. We've also did 3 Facebook Lives, 3 in English and 1 in Spanish. My car has the website and the phone number on it on 3 sides, so that I go to the tracts in Genesee County that are below 20% completed, and I go and sit there and drive around the neighborhood and just, hope and pray that someone sees that phone number or remembers that they have to do their census, or, young folks, what is the census? Google the census, see what it is. It's very important. It's important for you. It's important for your children. It's important for your parents and your grandparents. It's important for all of us.
Is there any background check to
No
become to be an employee?
I don't know if for the government there may be. I know I had to do a background check for the government, so there might be one for the government.
Okay. And now we're coming near the end. Once again, important dates to remember when this is going to be concluding.
So October 31st, but we need you to fill out your census right now, please.
You don't want 250,000 dumped October.
And the president will not get the report on time. He's supposed to get it the end of December. Then we moved it to the end of January. Now that we've moved it to October 31st, I have no idea when the president will get the census report next year.
But just remember, one of the easiest things, 3 minutes, $1,800.
Per person for
Not
10
bad.
years.
Now you know why I love this lady so much. I tell you what, Sharon Allen, she just gets a hold of it and she just gets it done. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, John.
And please, folks, remember how crucial this is. Your schools, your healthcare, your transportation, your environment are all tied to 10 easy questions.